stop judging people for
Yes.
something that they're still in the middle of growth, of developing.
Yes.
And all they need to do is help. When you give a criticism, yes, you can, but do it as a criticism
Yes. It's a
and
construct.
not as a
It's
criticism,
constructive way,
yeah,
right?
as a destructive one. And it's, I mean, that's the main thing that I always try to promote, and even myself try to do. It's, and I know sometimes it still slips because we are so in the habit
Yeah.
of tearing ourselves down. And all we need to do is just see what is possible. And yes, there are limits, but then there are reasons what are limits. Maybe it's just because we have to learn, right? It's like, why you're going through the game of life, you're expected to learn things, right? If everything would be easy and everything would be perfect, you wouldn't learn a thing.
Yes.
Think about it. If every problem you had, you learned
Yes.
something. If
Yeah.
everything would have been easy, you would still be as stupid as you were when you started, right?
Yeah.
So, and I don't think that's what you want,
Yeah.
right? So, and I find that is something also that somehow we have to tell those so-called super poor. It's the fact it is just a part of learning. Learn from it and move forward.
Yeah.
Don't wallow or complain, but just see how you can step forward,
Yes.
and then
Totally.
see how you can take yourself to the next stage.
Yes. And the most important thing is that you need to feel deserve more to get more, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You always have to feel that you deserve,
Yes.
that there's more for you there. And the thing is, especially like what I like to say, it's not about religion. No matter what God,
Yeah.
God doesn't do it to you. God does it for you.
Yes.
And so even if you have a difficult time, say thank you. Because no, the more difficult it is, that means that God said you can handle it. You are incredibly good that you can handle a problem this big. Because if the problem would only be small, that means he would say, it's like, he's not capable, she's not capable. I'll just give her a small problem. But if all at once he gives you a big problem, that means that he must know that
Yes.
you can do it.
Sometimes we make it sometimes we call it the challenge for level up.
That's
It's
a
like
nice
in the
way.
game, right? For at the game, before you level up, you will meet the very powerful boss. But if you can manage to defeat that boss, you will upgrade. You will level up to the next level.
Yes, I shouldn't forget that I'm talking to a gamer all the time.
Yes.
But the thing is, but that's why I'm saying it's so beautiful what you're saying, that everything can be gamified.
Yeah.
And I would say one of the main things that we have to gamify is education.
Yeah. Totally.
It's, and the thing is, it doesn't have to be education, it needs to be learning. So if you want to learn certain things, whatever they are, it can be gamified, and something that you, I mean, it's even something like you learning to drive. That is gamified. That already exists long time ago. But it's exactly the same thing for everything else. And the way games now are now, all the way up to virtual reality. That means literally you could do practical applications, gamified. Same thing for a doctor, right? Operations, gamify it.
Yeah.
At least the first steps are there. The real practical side, okay, they still need to do that eventually. But at least that you have some experience and some exposure to what it is.
And encourage them to make mistakes, right? That's a very
And,
important.
and especially at that, mistakes are even less of a problem than they are in real life.
Yeah.
It's like if you die, well, just start the game again,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And so what's the problem, right? What's the problem? I mean, I'm afraid to do this. It's like, what's the problem? Just start the game again.
Yes.
And I find, yeah. But the thing is, it's also still, even if you do business, if you make a mistake, what's the problem?
Yeah.
It's just you will learn And then hopefully next time you will not do it again,
Yes.
right? But especially if you start first with the game, you will make the problem, your business will crash, and at least you will not be bankrupt. You can
Yes.
start again. But then when it's real business, then yeah, you will crash and maybe you might have a bankruptcy.
Yeah.
But life goes on, right?
Yes.
And so it's just one of the experiences. And I find, especially when people start seeing life as a game, they won't take it so damn serious, because I think that's one of the problems.
Yes.
It's that
every problem or every challenge will become is very beautiful.
Exactly. No, but that's such a nice way of putting it. That's such a beautiful way of saying it. It's like it is. It's a beautiful new lesson.
Yes.
Okay, it was packaged into something painful.
Yes.
But the thing is, sometimes it's difficult to learn something without pain. But pain doesn't always have to hurt.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it should still be a signal. It's like, ow, that hurt. And it's like, what did I do? What should I not do again? Right? And it's just things like that. Because even I think, especially when you're talking now about MBAs, and you talk about very senior management, I think they have exactly the same problems, because they're afraid to make the wrong decision for their business, because they know if I make the wrong decision, my business can really lose a lot of money. Yeah. But there's learning in there somewhere, right? So if you don't try, things will not go well.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so you always have to try. But the thing is, you have to dare to fail.
Yes.
And that's one of the big things.
Yes. Embrace the failure, right?
Yes, my saying. But that's why I love talking to you.
Yes, I love talking to you every time we talk, sir. It really gives me a very positive energy. Yeah.
It's so clicks. It's so clicks. I mean, I find the way you're so into games, and I'm totally not. I mean, before I always used to be crazy about airplane games and car games. Yeah. But then afterwards, I kind of forgot, kind of lost that interest in gaming. But the thing is, you are very much gaming, and I'd say now I am in the game of life. I'm not in the gaming thing, but I'm in the game of life. And that's what I would love to see you do. It's really make games for life. And whatever life or whatever career it is, that should be the game. And it's really, as your game, just call it life. And it can go from one to the other. I mean, you can want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a businessman, you want to be a farmer, or you're just a poor person because you don't want to do anything. And so at the end, you can evaluate what were the decisions you made to allow you to end up where you ended up. Why did you get there? Because the whole thing is, it was not one decision, it was a sequence of decisions.
Yes, totally agree with you.
And that's what life is. That's what life is. And you have exactly the same thing when you play a game. And I think that's what the kids should learn, even starting at elementary school. It's that is what life is, and that they have to, even at the beginning, start with an open mind, as right away saying, as opposed to right away saying, don't do this, don't do that. Because when they play a game, who cares? Right? You're just playing a game, you make a mistake. Hopefully you learn from it. And then the next time, because I even remember when my son was playing with his game, like his favorite used to be trains, he was crazy about it. And he managed to play it. But the thing is, it was in Japanese. It's like he asked, Dad, can you help me out to do that? It's, I'm sorry, I have no idea. And he figured it out.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, as long as...
So that's why this game is also very nice. It's a problem solving, right?
It is. It really teaches you problem solving, and it really teaches you on how to approach your challenges. I mean, especially like, imagine Japanese. Yeah. I mean, he spoke a little bit of Japanese, and I think mostly because of the game. But still, I mean, you try to have to go, what's on, what's off, what's start, what's end, great.
Yes.
And just simple things like that. It's like, God, do I know?
Yeah.
But he figured it out. He managed to figure it out. So I think your idea of really making games, I think the sky's the limit. And I find especially it can be incredibly instructive and educational. So it all depends on how you, and you can even have different ones: entertainment, education, and even education at the end is just a game.